Welcome back to the Profit Playbook. This is part 2 of how to maximize your sales without a following. Remember, all of us start at 0. It's just our choice if we stay there. So when you start out in the online space, whether you have a following or you don't, which probably you don't because you have to build one, that's okay. You're in good company. You are in good hands. I started at 0 just like you. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't have followers on Facebook. I had no Instagram engagement. I had nothing at all, no knowledge of what to do on TikTok. And now those 4 major platforms are exploding every single day because of what you're learning inside of this Profit Playbook. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And then as soon as you find value from this video in part 2 of how to get sales, how to maximize your sales without that following initially that none of us have, be sure to hit like as soon as you find value. If you have questions on what I discussed today, please put them in the comments below. And then let me know that you're tuning in by putting in it to win it. I'd love to hear that below this video. If you want to comment that now, that would be awesome. Now, listen. Part 1, we talked a little bit about having a domain, having that branding side of things. Today, I want to talk specifically about how to find a target audience in one simple way, which is going to be hashtags. Now, when we talk about hashtags, sometimes it can be like oh my gosh, what the freak are hashtags? How do I do it? How do I know what I'm doing? How do I know that what I'm doing is correct? And so I want to go over a couple basic rule of thumb for you to know how to do hashtags. And we're going to use the example of Facebook Reels. This concept, what I'm going to discuss now, applies to all the other platforms, YouTube Shorts, keywords on YouTube, TikTok hashtags, you being able to find an audience through hashtags on Instagram. I'm just using Facebook Reels as the example platform today, but the concepts of what I'm going to talk about do apply even still. They're the same rules across the board, so be sure to take note. Now, as we go through part 2, of how to maximize sales without a following. The reason hashtags are so important is because it narrows down a niche for you. It narrows down an audience. Write this down if you're a note taker. When you try to talk to everyone, you talk to no one. When you try to talk to everyone, you talk to no one. So if you're hashtagging something huge, like hashtag side hustles on a platform like TikTok, you're going to talk to no one. Your video will never be seen by people who you want to work with, people who you want to gain sales from, people who you want to build a team with, if you're talking to everyone. So first rule I want you to write down, make sure your hashtags are below 1 million count. So on a platform like Facebook Reels, hashtag side hustle 2023 is going to be a lot lower. I think my guess would be around 80,000 views for that hashtag because I use it all the time. It's about that amount. You being able to use hashtag side hustle 2023 speaks to a specific, more narrowed down audience. Although it still has the implication of side hustle, you're now saying side hustles for beginners, side hustles for moms, side hustle 2023. Have it be where it's a little bit narrowed down. You don't want to try to talk to everyone because I can promise you, if you try to do that, you'll talk to no one. Your video will never be seen. So make sure, first and foremost, that your hashtags are below 1 million count on any of the platforms, okay? Now, with the example of Facebook Reels, I want you to do hashtags that are 2 to 3 ideas, okay? 2 to 3 ideas, preferably 2 in my opinion, but the third one is fine as well. 2 ideas for your hashtags: who you are, so something about yourself, and the activity of what your video is about. And then the third, the example of something like hashtag side hustle, is what the video is about, but it's not specific. So something like hashtag digital marketing 2023 is a specific thing about your activity, about what your video is about. You're making money online. You're helping people do the same. Hashtag side hustle 2023 is a way to make money online, but it's not specific. If that makes sense and you heard that part of this video, please put the word "makes sense" for the second part of hashtags. Drop that comment below this video right now for me. Now, the first thing, something about you. This is something that I feel that I get concerned people do not do, and that is a big problem. In another video, we're going to be talking about your avatar. Be sure to look for the video when that comes out. It may already be out. It may be beyond this video after the fact of you seeing this one, depending how tuned in you are to the Profit Playbook. Remember to hit the subscribe button so you can be in the know instantly. Now, In regard to your hashtags being about you, that is specific to your avatar, not avatar like the blue movie with the blue people, not that avatar. I'm talking avatar for who your audience is. And when your hashtags, say you've got, here's a good rule, say you've got 7 to 10 hashtags, that's what I would recommend for all platforms. 7 to 10 hashtags, 3 to 4 of them need to be about you. So for example, I live in Colorado. I'm a mom of 3 kids. So a hashtag that I could use for a platform like Facebook Reels would be Colorado Mom. It would be Colorado Moms. Even just adding a plural compared to singular could narrow it down a little bit more. You're talking to a different audience, Colorado Mom compared to Colorado Moms. If someone's searching that and they do plural Colorado Moms, they'd see your content over someone who's searching Colorado Mom when it's singular. Okay. So because I live in Colorado, I do hashtag Colorado Mom. Something in the second realm of hashtags, I would do hashtag working moms. Colorado is specific. Working moms could be specific, but it's a little bit more general, just as the comparison of side hustle compared to digital marketing 2023. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys are staying plugged in. I'm confident it's making sense if you're paying attention. Now, you want it to be about you. So maybe on, Facebook Reels, I put hashtag Colorado Mom. I might put mom of 3, the number 3. And I might also do mom of 3, the word 3. Both of them are different hashtags, and depending who is searching it would find your content opposed to someone else who's searching the other one. Okay. You've got different ways to do hashtags, and you've got different ways to have your hashtags work for you. The singular compared to plural, the date compared to the year, the mama compared to mom, the number 3 compared to the word written out 3. Your hashtags are going to form a sequence of niching down, you being able to talk to someone specific. Now, your hashtags when it comes to the income producing activity, something like hashtag side hustle would be, say 500,000 views on Facebook. Something hashtag side hustle on TikTok would be billions of views. So on a bigger platform like TikTok, you trying to narrow down, talking to someone specific so that your video can actually be seen and heard by someone important to you who maybe you've not met yet. You want it to be where it's more specific. Okay. Just pay attention to the count. No matter the platform, make sure that it's below 1 million views. Something like earn money from home, hashtag earn money from home on TikTok would be narrowed down compared to earn money. Okay. And then the last thing that comes to mind for hashtags is about not just you, not just your avatar, like Colorado, like where you live, like how many kids you have. If you're targeting, working dads, working parents, SAHM, stay at home mom, things like that. It's not just about you. It's not just about the activity. It's also about something specific that allows you to create a brand. So think of it for yourself. If on Facebook, you're going to do hashtag funnel building, make it funnel building 2023. Make it funnel building something more narrow. Okay. You could even start doing a hashtag of your name. That way, if someone sees that hashtag, they search it later on. That's something that's built up over time. People aren't just going to hashtag Kyrsti Snyder and search me now. But because I've been in the online space since 2020, maybe they would. That's something that you could start doing in your videos now. Hashtag your name or your, say, example, Facebook page name. If it's a Facebook page, like a fan page, if it's your name on Facebook, like a profile, if you start doing that, you're going to create a brand from the start where people can search your name eventually once you have an audience, and they can find you and all of your videos, which would be really, really awesome. So food for thought for later on, after you have an audience, just jot it down because it's a good note. Now, hashtags, the reason they're important is, again, because it allows you to narrow down an audience. I kid you not when I say you have to narrow down your audience. You cannot try to talk to everyone and be like, oh, well, I'm hashtagging side hustle. Oh, well, I'm hashtagging side gig. Well, side gig compared to side gigs on Facebook Reels, totally different count in hashtags. So maybe use both. Maybe one video you use one and the other one you use the next. But you want to make your hashtags specific. Okay. When you try to talk to everyone, you talk to no one. I know I've said that a billion times, but that was a big, important case for me when I was launching my podcast and when I was trying to talk to every single person who wanted to make money online. I needed to narrow it down, and I did. And I gained an audience specific to who I want to work with because of that. So trust the process, narrow down your hashtags, speak to the audience about you, what you're doing, and the income producing activity, something that's more specific, not as general. Those 3 things, 7 to 10 hashtags each time you do a short form video, and you'll be golden. We'll see you on the next video for part 3 of how to maximize your sales without an audience, without a following. Talk to you then with Grace, Kyrsti.